Hey, I went to the Deadlight Contenders event today, and I won these eyeglasses. Like they're called Eyepetizer, and I don't know if this is like the type that it is, but this box says they're Hollywood. I kind of really like them though. They're like they're green. They're like this pretty like bright green with gold trim, and I like them actually. And I'm not big on mirrored sunglasses, but I like these. They're really kind of funky though. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna take them off now. Yeah, that's me. All right. But yeah, I won these. And the weird thing is, I thought as they were like calling out the numbers for the lottery, I'm thinking, I'm gonna win the glasses. I'm gonna win them. And normally I don't think that. And I think I'm gonna lose. I'm not gonna win. I might as well not pay attention. And then he called the number, and I was like, that's my number. I won. The weird thing, yeah, it was just weird. But yeah, so I won sunglasses day. I also lost a lunch bag though at the event. Somebody, well, I don't know. I'm hoping that someone either picked it up and put it somewhere because I couldn't find it. It was a nice blue lunch bag with a matching utility set. Actually, I have a matching. I have another set just like it that I keep in a drawer somewhere. Can't find it right now, but they're matching like a utensil set that are made out of bamboo. And I think it also had some odd utensils in it, napkins, and an ELL glass container. It was navy blue, well, silicone navy blue with glass, and that was empty because I ate the sandwich that was in it. And then it also had a little glass container with a muffin in it, which by tomorrow will have gone bad because it was homemade by me. And I don't think they're actually meant to last out of the fridge for more than a day. So yeah, there's that. But hopefully tomorrow I'll get it back because it was just misplaced somewhere and it'll turn up. Otherwise, enjoy my muffin if you took it. And enjoy the lunch bag if you took it. I have other bags. It's, at least I didn't lose my wallet, my phone, and the glasses I won. So there's that. Yeah. Today was better than yesterday. I still want to be. I want to be an actor so bad it's not funny. That's why I came to Hollywood. That's why I went to law school. Like, I went to law school, and the reason I went to law school was because I wanted to have a voice. And I'm realizing the reason that I wanted to be an actor was because I was looking for the family I didn't have. Like, I was listening to these panels and these theater people, some of the panels were theater people, and they talked about how they were, like, the people on the outskirts, and thinking, yeah, that's how I felt. Like, being Phi Beta Kappa and Mensa in high school, I never felt like I fit in anywhere. My ex-boyfriend used to say one of my ex-boyfriends, my last ex-boyfriend on the East Coast said there were 10 of me. He never knew which one he could expect to get. Oddly enough, there have been people out here who don't get that, who are like, try to label me as crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I'm just an actor. You don't get it. It's like I'm a natural at it. I did my first acting gig when I was 2.5 years old, when I locked the babysitter out of the house by pushing the lock at the back of the door. I didn't confess I did that till like 30 years later, I think. I wanted to see my best friend who lived next door. So what I did is when we were leaving the house, I turned the little knob on the back of the door so when the door shut, it would lock, and locked us all out. Not like I locked the babysitter out and I was inside. I locked us all out with the intent of going next door and getting my best friend to help us. My mom said, well, you can't see him today. And didn't explain why, because he wasn't home. You should really, if you have children, explain to them things like that. Because if my parents had told me that, I wouldn't have locked the door. And we spent like hours outside in the heat. After that, I never did something like that again. Because it was like, I'm hot, I'm sticky, and it was a mistake. At 2.5, I figured out that doing something nefarious like that does not pay off. And I never did something like that again. But I fooled everyone. Nobody knew I did it for decades because I was a good actress at 2.5. And a little sneaky, a little smart little bugger at 2.5. The fact that I remember and I know I was 2.5 years old because my mother was pregnant with my brother, and I believe at a doctor's visit for my brother. So it was like 2.5, 3. Like it might have been after he was born, but I think it was before. So Yeah, and I moved. It was when I was living in Virginia Beach, and I moved out of Virginia Beach when I was 5. So, yeah, I'm not normal. No, and that's just it. I think coming to California, I don't think I for a long time I fit in. I loved being on sets, but finding out that my intelligence doesn't exactly fit here because people either think I'm crazy or they don't understand me or they want to label me psycho. Because I won't fit in. It's like I feel like they're trying to make me take a job that feels beneath me because I'm as intelligent as I am, and I don't like being put in a box. I don't like being put in a cubicle or like, something that's routine or boring. It's like, I'm not going to go work for the post office where I organize mail because I'll like organize the mail in like half the time most people do, and then spend the rest of my day sitting on the butt saying, okay, I just did what most people would do in hours and 2 hours, and I'm bored out of my mind, and I don't want to be here anymore. You're going to pay me 3 times as much as everyone else because I'm that smart. I got A's in high school, and you want me to just do stuff that I could have done when I was in high school. I know it sounds naughty. It does. But, I've got this person who took away my Twitter account trying to insinuate that I think I'm better than most people, and it's like, no, I'm not. I'm just different. I'm not normal. When you test as having an IQ of 150 and having the readability of a 12-year-old when you're in 6th grade, you are not normal. And trying to make me look like I'm normal or trying to treat me like I want to date someone who has an intelligence level that doesn't fit with mine or a skill set that doesn't fit with mine, and trying to shove men in my life who are Neanderthalish and brutish and not nice and not kind and not loving and not caring, is aggravating. I don't want a guy who loves guns. I don't want a guy who likes killing things. I don't want a men in my life who are belligerent and not nice. I'm tired. I don't even know why I'm talking about that right now, because I think I've decided at this point that what I wanted to do with my life is over, and the last thing I want to do is spend the rest of my life with some guy, being stuck in a relationship with him and feeling like I'm in a cage. Because I've already spent enough time feeling like I'm in a cage. That's how I felt not being allowed to be on sets. Like, apparently I'm never going to be allowed on set again when I didn't do anything wrong. All because we now have this elite system in America where, guess what, Laura, you are not worthy of being in the entertainment industry, and yet I went to law school for the very reason of wanting to fight for my First Amendment right to have a voice and be an artist. And if I can't be an artist, don't turn around and tell me that I'm required to do billable hours in a law firm and work for other people to fight for their rights, but I don't have any. Catch-22. I cannot stand Duncan Crabtree Ireland because he laughed while the police took me away. He laughed. He knew what he was doing, but he didn't care. I had been through a sexual assault, and I lost my breast to cancer, and that bastard was just an attorney with no heart who had worked in criminal law, who has no idea what it is, I think, to want to be an art actor. To have the passion. Oh yeah, I mean, I've seen like pictures of him being obsessed with some celebrities, taking pictures with them, and and I'm like, you don't get it. You still don't get it. I went to law school and I didn't fit in law school. I have no friends from law school. I have no one I can trust from law school, because if I did, someone would have said, well, Laura wanted to be an actor when she was in law school too. It was this guy, Jimmy Moyer, who, when I did a trial practice class at Catholic University Law School, I was a witness. Like, I wasn't doing it I wasn't in the class, taking the class. I was asked by someone to play a character, basically, to act in the class, like to basically help with them putting on this court case, like mock court case. And when I was done, Jimmy actually walked up to me and said, Laura, you know what? What? It's like, there are people in Los Angeles who make money doing what you just did. They do that for their job. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm an actor. I'm an actor. I told people I'm an actor. Yeah. So you wanted me to do a trial practice class, a mock trial class where I'm playing a character? Give me the file, I could do it. If you give me a file on somebody, I can improv that person. Fine. And I did it. I did it like 2 or 3 times in law school, actually. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like my lifeline has been removed. You know, and ironically, I found out that I have an autoimmune disease that I don't have the symptoms for. And all I keep thinking of is the fact that I've been fighting to get medication that I need and fighting these people who think that I'm pretending to be sick, and I know what I'm going to die of. You know, if I can't get the medical care I need, but then that's not incentive enough for me to even get my butt up and get a job, because my very light has been snuffed out. It's like my joy, my happiness, and it's not mental illness. I knew what made me happy. I mean, I was really happy when I was working on sets, and I will go to my grave not being able to stand the extras coordinators and the background artists who hated me because suddenly I was getting special attention because I was moving beyond being an extra and a background artist. Narcissism at its finest. Instead of just letting me be happy, because I really didn't care about being an Oscar-winning actor. I just wanted to be able to support myself doing acting. And I wanted to be able to support myself doing creative things. Because newsflash, I can't do government stuff. I can't do law stuff. I will never be successful because I'll get so aggravated and angry and bitter. And the very fact that people want to force me to do things to make the world better in there, because they think that's what's going to make the world better. Meanwhile, you're making the world better by making me hate it. You're making the world better by making me hate being alive. That's your idea of making the world better. I can't go out and make thousands of dollars to be able to give to other people because I don't know how. And even if I did, I don't think I have the stomach to do it. Because I can't go against my principles. I have too much honor. And where I fit in the world, I don't. Because when I was acting, I felt like I finally found a home. And without acting and the arts, I don't have a home. And no amount of belligerence from other people and anger from other people and men who just think I'm doing the wrong thing and women who think I'm doing the wrong thing. And I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of this hive mentality. It's like some sick, twisted, communal, socialistic behavior. I hate socialism and I hate capitalism. Because it should be about being human. We get stuck on these labels that we've created. Nature didn't create those labels. Nature created radio waves and light and energy and everything that's around me. But it didn't create the labels that we put on each other. And it didn't create the labels that we put on ideas that just seem to generate more hate. You know, I wanted to make money doing things that gave me joy, and instead people were trying to make me do things to make money that just made me want to stop even getting up out of bed. It wasn't about me being irresponsible. It was about me finding my own self and being who I really was, and instead people wanted to mold me into something that I could never be. My parents never loved the real me. And the real me was pretty fantastic. I just want to dance around my apartment and just not feel pain anymore. There was a time when everybody knew me and I don't, ironically, people on the East Coast would be like, well, celebrities don't know you, Laura, at all. It's like, you don't know me. I mean, there are people on the East Coast who were friends of mine like that. Meeting them in college is like, we're friends. Boom. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you meet people and you connect with them and it's like we understand each other even though we only have known each other for a short period of time. I feel more comfortable around actors. And today I was in the same room as Patrick Stewart and I was just like, finally, this is like one of my things I wanted to be happen. I was so happy to hear him talk today because he reminded me of why I became an actor. The camaraderie he has with the other actors he works with, the sense that they're a family, an ensemble, a theater company in essence, except for in film and television. That's what I wanted to find. But instead, people just expect me to go back to being in an office and want to torture me and want to take away any possibility of me having that sense of connection. And it's very incredibly dystopian and it's evil. I hate the Actors Fund for basically wanting me to find a way to get out of the industry. Thank you for wanting me to die slowly and painfully and be miserable. Thank you for wanting to make me a psychotic who wants to hurt people because I couldn't stand the idea of being stuck in a freaking cage. I mean, it's insane to me. Why can't you just accept what people, who they are and what they want to do? It's like I say, this is what I want to be with my life and this is who I am. Why do you have to say, no, you can't do that? Or no, you can't be who you are. You have to be who I want you to be because you need to fit in my view of the world. I'm not going to tell you who you are. You tell me who you are. And you do not tell me who I am. Granted, if you want me to play a character within the confines of the script in the play, I will play that person. But if I'm outside of that, I'm who I am. My mental health has suffered a lot because I can't, because people have been trying to make me go back to being a lawyer and go back to being who they wanted me to be or who they expected of me. And I'm never going to be mentally healthy again. I struggle every day with wanting to get up out of bed. But guess what? The years that I was on set were not a struggle. Financially, yeah, they were. But those years, those were the years that were the best years of my life. Those were the years when I actually wanted to get up out of bed. Those were the years when I wanted to basically achieve what I wanted to achieve. I mean, you took away my ambition. I have so much talent and artistic creative talent. I have no drive or talent for power. No drive or talent with people to the extent that I could be a politician. Love to me was the most important emotion on the planet. And now I'm going to know for the rest of my life, I have to accept that I'm not going to have love. But all I'm going to be living for is paychecks and money and survival. Oh, my father keeps saying I have to live. This isn't life. It's just a traveling journey to death. And what's really scary is that my family members live to their 80s or 90s. I might live to be 100. But I don't think I'm going to have one day where I don't feel pain, emotionally or physically, because of what people did when they decided to play God with my life. I don't want your God in my life. I reject God. Because I had cancer. And when I had cancer, I had a choice. And 2 years after beating cancer, when people decided to take away every reason I beat that disease, how dare you? You wanted to violate me? How dare you? You want to make me do other things because you think me being on sets is the wrong thing? How dare you? You want to tell me I can't be an actor and be on sets anymore? How dare you? I'm never going to be a celebrity. I don't care. That's what you wanted, right? To make sure I wasn't famous, to make sure I wasn't a celebrity, to make sure I wasn't like having the easy life. I didn't care about having the easy life. But I'm never going to have fun, and I'm never going to have joy. And I'm never going to feel good about myself again. But none of you out there will ever have me. None of you out there will ever own me, and none of you out there will ever have a piece of me. Because no matter what you say and what you do, I define me. And with my last breath, I will say, I'm an actor. And I don't care what you think. You don't matter to me if you don't accept how I define myself.